Welcome back to more Combat Deception. So yeah, Astra dusted off on us, so I guess we'll just try our best to find the next Kamidogo.
Yes,
well, this is the this is the Netherrealm too, so it's not supposed to be pretty.
I actually forgot
Nightwolf.
Nightwolf, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here, Nightwolf?
You're supposed to be alive.
No, but audience,
Nightwolf, could you speak up?
Unfortunately, when I spoke ill about their sister pastoral system, the ninjas of the Lin Kuei unfortunately took me last part, so thankfully I managed to escape and come back.
Did you repair yourself while you were in hiding?
Okay, so basically... Yes. So basically, Nightwolf triggers a side quest where I have to find the bear totem, blah 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 blah, blah, and I have to defeat an oni.
So, honest question: is there a good reason why Nightwolf is here, or is it just fan service? Because he and most of the cast are dead.
He will actually.
This is technically happening in parallel with the events of the previous games, and
no. I get that. What I asked is well, is there a legit reason why he's here?
Yes.
During this part of the tutorial, or was it just fan service to make up for the fact that he and most of the cast are dead by the time that the actual main campaign started?
Rude.
Okay, so basically, Jova, here's the idea. He's going to be part of the main story later. Seriously. Okay.
They're just mildly inconvenienced you.
There you go.
Jesus.
Anyway.
This is how people greet each other.
Hey! She started it. She attacked me out of the blue.
Oh, I know, but like I said, this is apparently how people greet each other down here.
Netherrealm is hardcore.
Anyway, basically, Jova, Nightwolf is actually going to be a part of the main story later. He's actually going to be one of the ones that trains Shukino. The idea of him being here, there you go, there's the bear totem, is just to serve as a nice little cameo for fans, I guess.
Okay, lore-wise, remember, he's a very stereotyped Native American that is in touch with the spirits and everything, so it's not too far-fetched the idea that he might have a connection with Netherrealms and he can transition between realms like this.
Possibly. But yeah, I think I'm really starting to see the the double-edged sword nature of this tutorial here. I'm not gonna lie, this tutorial is pretty lengthy, and again, it is nice that they incorporate story into it, but if people want to just get to the main game, I can see how this could start to drag for them.
Well, to be fair, the primary purpose, at least according to John Vogel, is that to learn about Shujinko's past and how exactly we got to the point where Onaga returned. It's just that they decided, okay, here's one thing we can do. We can incorporate the tutorial within this mode, because that way you're learning the same way Shujinko is learning. And so I understand the logic. There is a genuine logic being put here. It's just that the execution is flawed.
Very flawed. I would argue that at the very least they should give people the option to skip the tutorial. Or if people are here for, just the tutorial to play the game, then they're kind of boned if they don't care about the story.
Well, to be fair, I guess...
We already mentioned in the past, Jova, there's also the idea that in order to do this, you have to like this new hot protagonist that is super important now. So...
Yeah.
To be fair, I guess one thing you can do is you can go through the earlier part with Boraj, where he's teaching you the very basics, because after you leave Shujinko's village, after that all the tutorials are just meant to be a tutorial, a guide through every single individual character's moves. So you can just get by the Boraicho part, then leave Conquest mode and just go straight to arcade mode, or even more random practice matches. So you can do that. It's not like, if you don't care about Shujinko's story, you can just do the first 10 minutes or so and then leave, and you'll be fine. So I guess there is that method you can do. If you don't care about Shujinko's story, then by all means don't play it. But I wanted to show, because this is actually story technically.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that you're showing this off, and like I said, this is a neat idea, incorporating tutorial with story here. That said, though, isn't this also the only way that you get a proper tutorial for each player?
Yes.
Character.
Well, to be fair, Jova, you can practice the self-taught motive in the sense that you can just go to practice, pick a character and just try out various random moves from the move list and see how they work. So you can do that without resorting to you can just self-teach yourself about each character if you want. So you can do it at your own pace if you want.
I love how our new protagonist had to turn himself into Ashra to fight Baraka, even though it seemed like the fight was being set up for her to fight Baraka. So what the hell is even happening?
It's kind of a weird thing. I'll explain in a moment.
You should encounter him. Lead him to me.
That was my kill steal.
If I see him, I will do as you ask.
Okay.
There you go.
Seriously,
Story, bro.
Seriously though, he kind of steals her kill there.
Basically, the idea, Jove, is that every time they do the whole I'm gonna teach you my moves thing, Shujinko uses his power that Damashi gave him to quote-unquote copy the moves, and by that they interpret as him turning into the character for some reason. The problem is that they incorporate that for every single fight, including the ones that don't involve training. So it's weird.
Again, the weirdest thing is like, well, the fight was being set up. The fight was being set up for her to fight Baraka, not him. So
it's weird.
Yeah. And then again, let me guess. This special ability of his will never actually show up during the main story campaign, will it?
Well, actually, it will, because
Yeah.
This realm drain magical power. Our bond, our strength is fading. We fear that we will not have the strength.
Yes, we are Legion.
Remember, Ermac is a combination of various Netherrealm souls, so that's why he calls himself we.
You're but one. An amalgamation of souls, yes.
What must I do?
Help us find a soul stone. A large red monolith covered with ancient runes. We can replenish the magic.
Okay then.
Bind our souls together and continue our trek. Do this for us, and we will reveal to you our knowledge of combat as payment.
I will search for the soul stone.
Oh, nice.
You know, imagine
just bring a body with you, Shujinko. You might want to have some potential material to feed the soul stone.
You know, imagine if a legit bad guy went, okay, I'll teach you if you do insert evil act for me, and Shujinko just goes, oh, okay, it's all part of the mission. Like, I mean, I get it, gameplay and all.
And in case you're wondering, Jova, yes, we will have a shocked Pikachu face moment later on where Shujinko is like, wait, I did these evil things?
This is why starting with Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe and onward, John Vogel stepped down as screenwriter and became only story writer and allowed somebody else to write the script.
I'll say this. The thing about Shinjoku, it's not just that he's bland, but he seems a little too naive.
He's stupid. And believe me, Jova, even he himself will call himself stupid by the end of this.
And again, this is the new hot protagonist that you're supposed to get behind.
Like, what exactly is supposed to be his endearing trait? That he can turn into other characters? Like, congrats, you're essentially
it's not even that. It's not even that. If the idea behind it is that Liu Kang was becoming too stale, in a sense that, oh no, he's too goody-goody, this is not a good alternative, mind you. And characters that were more comedic for the side, like Johnny Cage, had something going on with that. But Shujinko is just...
Like, not only that, I'd say Shujinko makes Liu Kang look nuanced by comparison. Like, if the problem was that Liu Kang was a goody two-shoes, they did the exact opposite in regards to fixing that, because Shinjoku, again...
It's Shujinko.
Shujinko, Pedro, don't even... Okay, we shouldn't even have a countdown, because, it's pretty much like a round thing where each of us has spelled his name wrong once at least, so poor bastard.
Alright,
new hot protagonist guy, again, he feels even more of a goody two-shoes than Liu Kang did, because he's so earnest to do everything every little person asks for him. Like seriously, if somebody so much as asked him to do their laundry, he'd probably do it with a smile on his face. He doesn't seem to question the fact that disembodied voices are telling him what to do.
Hey. He probably didn't notice the detergent that said, the souls of the damned.
I'm guessing you're supposed to interpret that. Remember, he's young, so he's naive and all that shit. Blah blah blah.
It's a fine line between naivety and just downright stupidity.
Oh no, definitely. Like
He's silver.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Silver in his early
06 specifically.
Again, Silver has something going on that makes it a bit more likable to me. I don't really hate Shujinko, it's just really underwhelming. At least with Silver, he's got cool telepathic powers. Sure, they are extremely underutilized in the game, but there is something I can get behind. Shujinko is essentially a worse version, instead to do a comparison of... oh god, I forgot his name.
Basically.
The new protagonist introduced in Mega Man X7. Help
Axel?
me.
Oh, Axel?
Yeah, Axel, basically. Copyability, goody, 2 shoes, but those bad things.
Well, there is one thing I can say positive about this guy compared to X7 Axel.
Let me
His
guess,
voice?
voice doesn't annoy you.
Yeah. He doesn't have the same annoying voice as the second voice of that kid from that Square Enix game.
Oh no, Max Crawford. Fun fact: Max Crawford still does additional voices for Mortal Kombat to this day. Max Crawford is fine. It could be better, but at the same time, it could be worse.
Okay, now I'll say this. I'm not to the point of outright hating Shinjoku. However,
Exactly, that's what I was thinking of, yeah.
To be fair, though, part of that is probably because, well, hindsight is a factor now, and it's not like he became a new dominating personality because, well... But I will say this. I can just imagine how underwhelmed fans must have been at the time of this game's release by Shinjoku as a character, especially given how, well, he didn't really last long after this game, now did he?
Anyway, to continue the answers to Jova, though, see, here's the thing, Jova. They show him turning into the other characters. However, that's just a gameplay thing. In the story, you're just supposed to take it as he's copying and learning other people's moves. And later, when you finish Conquest mode and you unlock him in arcade mode, if you look at his move list is basically an amalgamation of various moves inspired by all the other fighters to reflect the fact that he's
kind of like Seth in Street Fighter 4.
Question, Pedro.
Yes.
Have you played Unchained on the PSP?
From what I've heard, isn't it just this game, but on the PSP?
I think basically it was similar to a lot of games at the time. Mortal Kombat, also every portable version, tends to be just, like a version of the game just for portable system with some minor difference. The only major difference that I can think of is Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, which is a different version of 4 with 1 or 2 characters, as extras. But let me check just to be sure.
But hey, what about Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance on the Game Boy Advance?
What about it? How about Mortal Kombat 4 on the Game Boy?
Oh yeah, that.
Hey guys, have you guys ever taken a bite out of a rock before?
That's probably better. But yeah, Unchained is the PSP version of Deception. The new things that it adds is a couple of new characters: Blaze, Frost, Jax, and Kitana.
So Pedro,
yes.
I'll admit, the concept of a character who's sort of an amalgamation of all the characters, but in a new original style, does sound like an interesting concept. So, the question, how do you feel about the actual execution?
Well, okay, if you're talking about Shujinko in arcade mode, yeah, he's pretty good as a fighter to use. Like, if you talk about the character story-wise, that's a whole other subject altogether, but if you talk about it...
Oh, no. I was talking mostly about the gameplay.
Oh, gameplay-wise, he's fine. I have no issues with Shujinko.
So I guess the real reason he really didn't come back was just that fans really did not resonate with him as a character.
Shujinko did not resonate so much so that there's one of the arcade endings in 11 is literally Cassie killing him by mistake.
That was 10.
What?
Oh, was it 10 or was it 11?
Yeah, 10.
Well, okay. The point is... Yes?
Sorry?
I was asking Tio if he could confirm either way or what.
Sorry, which specific? The arcade ending where Shujinko dies, it's in 10.
Okay, the point is there's an ending where Cassie kills him by mistake, clearly meant to be a bone to throw at Shujinko haters. Netherrealm
are still cowards for doing it.
Well, Who knows, Deji? Maybe who knows, Deji?
Don't take a dump on a character. That's just being a coward. Just do what you can to make them good.
Okay.
They made Striker good.
I severely disagree on that statement, Edge.
Citation needed, Dead. Citation needed.
Honestly, Deji, Striker in Mortal Kombat 9.
Striker?
Mortal Kombat 9
is like, okay, he's not as... He's
still decent. A bad character and he comes to play as a...
Mortal Kombat 9 Striker is basically...
As a character, not in terms of gameplay, that's why.
He's a bit more noble, sure, but he's still an asshole and doesn't understand what's going on, so...
Not to mention... here's the thing, that when you get right onto it, MK9 Striker is basically the same character he was. Didn't really change much of anything. It's more so the fact that he's a street cop that's the problem. Right now, it's kind of a big no-no to have a character like that.
I mean, obviously, yes. I'm just because his line about police brutality is pretty oof. No.
Yeah.
Okay, regardless of that, though, from what I've heard, the character as a character still wasn't really that good, honestly.
I guess I heard from different people.
Okay.
Like, remember, the bottom of the barrel obviously is gonna always be Swao, no matter what. But Striker is still very close.
Let me put it like this, Dej. I consider there to be a certain metric with how redeemable a character is. Okay, now if there are characters who are annoying but could easily be fixed here and there, then sure, by all means, fix them. But if there's a character that is just downright terrible, that really the only way to make them better as well, make it so that they're hated in-universe, or make them a downright villain. Well, either do that or just let them be.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, look at Apollo from Ace Attorney. He was terrible in his own game.
Okay.
And then later games if you tell me he was not, I will fight you on that.
Oh, no.
I mean, they keep adding new backstories every 5 minutes.
Hold on. Okay, Des, let me let you know. I absolutely agree that Apollo is better in the games after his own game. Trust me, I'm with you there. Apollo is the kind of case, though, where it wasn't so much that he was a terrible character, it's just that they weren't using the boatloads of potential wisdom with him. Yeah, and that too, yeah. So there was definitely room for improvement.
Was that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Essentially, Dej, I do agree with you in the sense, though with Apollo, the path was clear and they took it. With Shinjuku,
whatever. Go on, drop out. It's no use anyway, don't worry.
With new protagonist man here.
Yeah, cool.
He's essentially a clone of Liu Kang at best, from what I have seen. And his gameplay style could easily be attached to someone else. And not only that...
so, what if they were to he had a similar background to Liu Kang, except it was more, they took different paths in life. That makes them completely different.
Retconning him as a Shaolin monk might be ideal, but again, it's a tricky situation in general, Dej, because if you diverge too much his characterization, he might be as well a new character instead of being, this one. And instead, it's just like a new character with slapped the coat paint on it.
I feel like
this time we play as Omar.
Or you can take the good elements of him and just make it better. Mortal Kombat is no stranger to retcon.
Wait. Hold on. The instructions are obey Shao Kahn and defeat Ashra. Shinjuku, you idiot!
That's the thing, Joe. That right now it's supposed to be Ermac fighting Ashra. The problem is that for some reason they still have the whole Chujinko transforms into the character thing, and I don't know why. That little animation at the beginning should only show up in the training tutorial bits, not in every single fight. I get the feeling the conquest mode was kind of rushed.
Seriously though, you'd be able to get it across by doing less work than you did.
Also, it's again ambitious thing that was done in this kind of thing for the first time. So again, lots of mistakes to be made.
Let's just say Armageddon does Conquest better.
Like I said in the previous parts, it's pretty much clear that Bull and the rest of his team actually learn from mistakes and the feedback given. to stuff that stuff like story mode or the gameplay in general might have, and so the next installments actually do improve on those fronts.
But yeah, with Shinjuku, I think I do see what Pedro and Tio are getting at. Like, well, with Shinjuku, if you change him up so much, then he becomes essentially a completely different character, just with the same name.
Mortal Kombat's no stranger to retcons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
So at that point, might as well.
Okay, and look at that. Turns out, and there you go.
Kamidogu.
The Netherrealm Kamidogu that Ashra just dropped.
Thanks. Do you want this?
No, I got the lift key.
I kind of get what they try to do in here, give a bit more backstory to Ermac, arrival and everything. But the fact that Shinjuku just stares at them and does nothing, it's kind of hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I can just imagine how confused players must have been when Shinjuku turns into the characters that he is fighting story-wise here and there. Like, I mean, yeah, we get it now, but imagine how confused people must have been. I can just imagine people making all the video game theories about this. Is Shinjuku secretly insane? Is Shinjuku secretly the bad guy?
Yes, there's a big plot twist at the end where it turns out this was all an hallucination. By
Also,
Shinjuku.
you could have done a better take.
Oidamashi.
Ah, Shujinko, okay.
Yes.
Why have I not seen you in so long a time?
That was a very suspicious pause there, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take
believe
face
you.
value. That's convenient.
And in case you're wondering, no, this is not Shinnok in disguise.
Oh, like we need them to be in disguise for an elder god to be a dick or evil.
True.
To be fair, Shinnok is specialized in trickery, so...
I mean, having seen Ryder in the 2021 film, this guy is like bloody Jesus in comparison.
But that's the thing, Twist. The problem with Raiden in the new movie is that not only do I think the overall character design was not the best, the characterization of Raiden in...
He's the worst character in that movie next to
He's an asshole.
That's the problem.
I mean, that's no.
The problem with the way they characterize Raiden is that they get across the Thunder God aspect fine, but being the only compassionate god in the entire universe, not really, because maybe it's just the actor, but there's just he doesn't really convey any kind of compassion for Earthrealm at all in that movie.
If that's compassion, I'd hate to see what evil's like.
Compared to the beginning of this game, for example, where Raiden, in a desperate attempt to save Earthrealm, sacrifices himself in that big Vegeta-like explosion to try to, last resort to kill the Dragon King.
There.
2 down and... Oh.
Wait, I thought we were the chosen warrior of the Elder Gods.
I got here first.
This is like that Simpsons episode that tries to recreate the story of Jeanne d'Arc, only that it ends with William Wallace and both of them says that God has favored their side.
By the way, this little hub area is called the Nexus. Oh my god, Hidetaka Miyazaki ripped this game off.
It's not like Nexus is a very common word to be used to describe like the center or something.
I know.
Yeah, just look at TMNT.
Or Transformers.
Yep.
Wait.
Or WWE.
We're using
He's just called Monster. I love it.
It's to convey that Shujinku is using Ermac's skills to defeat this guy, because it's the most recent fighter that taught him.
I get that. I think what this thing could have used is a cutscene showing that, to us, the audience, it looks like, it's the character doing it, but in reality, it's Shujinku doing it.
Mm-hmm. Again, also in case you're wondering, no, this character shows up only for the Conquest mode. It was supposed to be, is basically this kind of costume was supposed to be an alternate costume for Scorpion. This is using part of his moveset, but the only way you can actually play it is using action replay codes. And also a cheat in the Unchained version that we mentioned before.
I mean,
Go on, Dwebs.
Alright, I mean, since I don't think I actually talked about the movie in the last part. Since I think I saw, I think this is the part where after that I see the movie.
Yes.
Basically, I thought it was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible either. It's like it would have had to have been a really bad movie to fall below like Annihilation or something like that.
No, definitely. No, Annihilation is still by far the worst Mortal Kombat movie, definitely.
The best character in the movie, and the one that definitely got a laugh out of the people that were in my cinema, is Kano.
Oh no, Kano's great in the movie here.
Okay, so this is the best way I can describe the Mortal Kombat movie. It's like the Sonic movie to me, where it's like it's a laying out the groundwork, and I hope the sequels improve upon it because where we can have all the fun stuff.
I will argue the Sonic movie was still better made than the Mortal Kombat movie, though.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, pretty much. But I think what Dej means is in the sense like, well, this movie feels like, while it was not terrible or amazing, it feels like it's... Well, okay, I think what he's saying is that the Mortal Kombat movie feels like it's set up for greater things to come, or at least he hopes that's the case. So, why did Shujinku use Ermac's fighting style for that fight in particular?
It's the most recent one he took. It was like,
and now we're in Chaos Realm.
I see you are safe.
Yes, Damashi. I am unharmed.
No thanks to you.
I am not entirely sure.
Here's Lord British. I'm not entirely sure.
Some elder god you are.
Well, it's in tradition, Drova. Remember,
Well,
other gods are assholes.
Well, to be fair,
useless people in this universe.
Well, to be fair, Damashi introduced himself as a messenger of the Elder Gods. He's not an Elder God per se. He's just a messenger.
I'll still shoot him.
Yes.
The nature of this realm is one of constant turmoil. The beings here oppose order and structure.
Hence why the name Chaos Realm.
Is their religion.
Yeah, chaos is their religion, meaning anything that's organized, orderly, or anything is forbidden in this realm. Everything needs to be anarchy and chaos. The Joker would love this place, which is why in Netherrealm Studios decided to put him in Chaos Realm in the reboot trilogy.
Okay, that is actually pretty dang clever.
Well, no, obviously, if you're gonna have the Joker be an MK character, from where would he be? Well, Chaos Realm, of course. Alright, everybody, tune in next time where we're going to explore Chaos Realm and see what kind of wacky anarchy we can find.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.